Okay, I'm doing my 25-week update. Today is Monday, June 11th, so I'm 25 weeks and 2 days today. And really nothing has changed. I just did an update at like a week ago maybe? 23 or 24 weeks. Anyway, I just did an update. So nothing has really changed except that my stomach is getting so tight and there's so much pressure on me. And whenever I walk around for long periods of time, she decides to drop to right on top of my bladder and crush it to death. So that's been fun. Other than that, there's not really a big update, but I decided to do this video to do a second trimester must-have, like, essential video, and then a what nobody tells you about pregnancy video. So a lot of this is going to be TMI. Sorry, not sorry. So if you don't want to listen to this, then go ahead and just turn it off right now. First things on my must-have. This ginormous pregnancy pillow literally takes up more than half the bed. This is a queen-size bed, by the way. Takes up like half the bed, but it has been a lifesaver. I have a regular body pillow that I also like to use like when my husband's home, but when he is not, I love to sleep with this. This side, since you're supposed to sleep on your side, this side supports your back and then this side supports your belly, and it is the most comfortable thing ever. It has a removable, washable cover. It zips up at the top and you can just take it off and wash it. It is so convenient. I think they run for about $60 on Amazon, but I found somebody on Facebook Marketplace who is selling it for $20, and it is the best investment I have made so far. Next, pregnancy brain is a real thing. If you would like to know my latest mess up, which I'm horrible with memory anyway, you can ask my husband. He never tells me where important documents go because I will lose them. So he always keeps up with that. I don't know why my memory is so bad, but so at the beginning of May, I made a dentist appointment for both my kids, and the closest appointment they had was June the 14th. I actually remembered the date. So today I was like, hey, I need to call them and cancel it because they have to somewhere else to be on Thursday, so they can't make it to their dentist appointment. I at least remember the date and what time it was. I had no idea where I made this appointment for. I was looking, got on Google and just searched, and I was like, does this name sound familiar? Does this doctor sound familiar? Is this where I made their appointment? I literally had to call 3 different places and say, so I don't remember where I made my appointment for my kids. I need you to check and see if it's yours. So thankfully on the third time's a charm, right? Thankfully on the third try, I found it and canceled their appointment and rescheduled it for next month and wrote it down in my calendar this time because I didn't last time. So yeah, pregnancy brain is a real thing. Like, my memory was already bad, but I really think it's gotten worse since I've been pregnant. You forget everything. You have no idea what you're doing anymore. That's just how it happens. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty, gross stuff that most people probably don't want to hear, but I've had friends say that they don't want to get pregnant, but that listening to my pregnancy updates have been like, hey, it kind of doesn't sound like that bad. So these are my realistic pregnancy points. Other than my face breaking out horribly, which is actually relatively clear right now, but I never had a problem with my skin as a child. Like, you know, middle school, high school and stuff, I've never worn makeup other than eye stuff, which now I don't even do that, but I've never worn like concealer or like a foundation or anything like that. I've felt that I've never needed it. So I've never had a problem with my skin breaking out bad, never had bad acne as a teenager. So pregnancy hasn't been that bad, and I think me not having that as a problem as a kid has helped me now being pregnant with it. But so my face was breaking out, especially in the first trimester with my hormones changing and everything like that. My skin was breaking out pretty bad. and I didn't use anything to fix it. I just kind of put up with it. but I just made sure that I did drink a lot more water than usual, and just kept my face moisturized, because pregnancy also completely dries out your skin. I've never used lotion more in my life than I have right now, but it's great. So my original point to this was the nitty-gritty gross stuff that nobody wants to hear, but I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. So I posted on Facebook a week or two ago saying that I've reached the point in pregnancy where, like, when I sneeze, I pee. That's a real thing. Even when you don't sneeze. Like, I feel like I am constantly, like, leaking fluids. I know that sounds disgusting. Panty liners are your new best friend. Let me just tell you, I use them all the time. Next point is, besides the dry skin, so I think I said this in my first trimester must-haves, but I use this Gold Bond Ultimate Radiance Renewal or whatever that has coconut oil, cocoa butter, and African shea butter. So this is my list of things I do every day when I get out of the shower. So I usually put a bunch of that on. This is what I use on my face. This has become my favorite lotion. It's the Olay Active Hydrating Beauty Fluid Lotion. It's just the original scent to it, and this has become my favorite for my face. It's not greasy at all. My face and my hands anyway. It's not greasy at all. I love the way it feels. It doesn't have a really strong smell, so that's what I use. For my face, let's see, what else do I have? Now the rest of this stuff is kind of new, except for this, Aquaphor. This is what they recommend you put on your tattoos right after you get a tattoo to heal it. So it's the Healing Ointment Advanced Therapy. I use this every day to cover just any part of me, like cracked, dry skin, whatever, especially with my boobs. So here's my next point. That's how I found out I was pregnant, because my boobs were hurting so bad, and I was like, I might as well just take this. And then I was pregnant. They don't stop hurting, because I am 25 weeks and 2 days today, and they still hurt so bad. So I'm constantly wearing these sports bras, which I showed these in my first trimester, one of my first trimester videos. I still wear those all the time. And probs TMI, but my nipples have always been really cracked and sore. Even before I got pregnant, it was just like an everyday thing. I don't know if I just didn't use enough lotion to keep them moisturized or whatever, but now that I'm pregnant, it's a lot worse. My kids always interrupt my videos somehow. Okay, so anyway, I was talking about this Aquaphor because my nipples crack, and now that I'm pregnant, they crack so bad that they bleed, and it's horrible. Makes me absolutely terrified for breastfeeding, because I know it's just gonna stay like that and probably get worse. So I'm trying to heal them now, and just constantly keep them moisturized, so that it doesn't become an issue when I start to breastfeed. So every time I get out of the shower after I put lotion on, I always put this Aquaphor on. I also do, I just got this 2 days ago, this Palmer's Cocoa Butter formula, the massage lotion for stretch marks, and I've heard really good things about it. So I'm giving that a try. I like the way it feels. It's also not super greasy, so I usually cover myself in that. I haven't used this yet, and it's the same brand, the Palmer's Cocoa Butter, but this is the tummy butter for stretch marks. I haven't used that yet either. I've actually just been putting this, I have so much stuff, this cocoa butter cream on my stretch marks, but now I have the other stuff. So specifically for my cracked skin, I did get this Lancino, or however you say it, the HPA nipple cream, basically. So I tried this for the first time last night, just to moisturize my skin some, and this, they say, is used for breastfeeding, for cracked skin, and it's safe for mom and baby. You don't have to wipe it off when you're breastfeeding or anything. So I got that, and then I also got this. I read really good reviews on this too. It's called Boobies, Organic Nipple Balm, from the makers of Bamboobies. It's organic. I feel like she's gonna interrupt me again. Maybe I'm hearing things. But I tried this as well. This is also safe for breastfeeding. You don't have to wipe it off before you feed again. So I've been trying those, and I also go to the doctor tomorrow afternoon, so I'm going to ask him what he thinks I should do, which I'm sure he'll just recommend whatever I've already tried, unless there's something that he has that's a little bit stronger that he can give me, just to keep them from bleeding and cracking so bad. So we'll see what he says about that. Okay, so of course I'm late uploading this video. So I originally filmed the beginning of it on Monday, and it's now Wednesday. So yesterday was my doctor's appointment, and I said I would update on what my doctor said. I didn't actually see the doctor that I usually see. I saw somebody else. But she said, as far as my boobs go, that there could be yeast in them, and that could cause them to crack like that. So she told me to put like Monistat cream on them, and then continue to do the like nipple cream and cocoa butter and whatever else I've been putting on them, and just see how that works for a couple of days. So hopefully that'll go away. Since somebody got on to me last time for doing this update, well, one of my updates in the car, I am hands-free. I'm not holding my phone, by the way, and I'm paying attention. So I wanted to add 2 more things to my what they don't tell you about pregnancy video. Oh, something in my eye. One, you constantly feel bloated, like you just all the time feel huge. And now that I'm getting further into pregnancy, my stomach is so tight, so I constantly feel bloated. Like if I'm not laying down, I'm just like so uncomfortable walking around or like sitting, because when I'm sitting up, it's like, I don't know, crunching down on my stomach, so it's really uncomfortable. And here is my last TMI, very, very TMI update on what people don't tell you about pregnancy, is that sex is different. And then, I mean, obviously, for the first little bit, no, it's not any different. And I mean, with hormones and everything, it can really go one of 2 ways. You either want it all the time, like more often than you would before you were pregnant, or you don't want it at all and you just like completely lose your sex drive. But typically after the like first trimester, I think that goes away. But once your belly starts to get big, it becomes a struggle. So you have to find what ways are most comfortable for you, so that your belly isn't getting squished. So yeah, that's always interesting to find out. Subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, comment below if you think I should add anything else, and I'm sure I'll do another like TMI pregnancy update once I hit my 3rd trimester in about 3 weeks, because they say that your 2nd trimester is like, you don't feel pregnant, you get this huge burst of energy, and like everything is like perfect, and then you get to your 3rd trimester and it's like the 1st trimester all over again. So I'm just waiting for that, because I know it's coming. So hopefully I don't get sick much during that, since my 1st trimester was relatively easy. So hopefully all things will be good. But I'll do another update for my 3rd trimester unless something changes in the next couple weeks. Thanks. I've tried to record this clip like 3 times, and for some reason it's not cooperating. So I'm trying different angles because it's not. Anyway, has anybody ever noticed everyone and their mother is pregnant right now? But you know why that is? Because in the wintertime, no one has anything to do except for be stuck inside, and I guess that's the perfect time to make a baby. My husband was only home, I think we totaled 21 days between October and the beginning of February because of his training, and in those 20 days we managed to get pregnant with Emma J. So I keep seeing announcements. I swear I see a new pregnancy announcement every single day on Facebook for, I know a bunch of people do in September, like I'm due the end of September. A bunch of people in October. I've been recently seeing announcements for November. Today I saw one, or yesterday I saw one for January. I think today I saw one for December, something like that. Anyway, everybody is pregnant. Here's a little disclaimer. I give you all of these like TMI facts about pregnancy, but then you kind of have to just outweigh the bad with the good. Pregnancy has been absolutely amazing for me, and it's a new experience with this being my first one. And I mean, yeah, there's been some bad days and some hard days where I'm just really tired or feeling sick or whatever. But then you think about what pregnancy really is, and like how amazing your body is to be able to create life. Even though, by definition, a baby is basically a parasite when you're pregnant, like sucking the life out of you, feeding off of what you eat, you know, everything like that. But it's so amazing. And then you find out what the gender is, and then you can actually give it a name. And then you finally get to feel it move for the first time, and you figure out little things like, oh, when I drink a cup of coffee, it makes her roll around more, or, you know, when I lay a certain way, she likes to roll to one side, or, you know, anything like that. And it's so amazing, and it really like puts into perspective, like, wow, my body can do this. Like, I just need to shut up about everything else that I'm complaining about, because I'm creating this thing, and it's so cool to think about. I feel like I'm getting emotional, which is also another, it's not TMI, because everybody knows that when you're pregnant you're emotional, but it is really so cool. And I love to see how much Michael is interested in, you know, how healthy I am, and like he loves to put his hand on my belly and to feel her move around, and he always says how beautiful I am and how much more beautiful I am now that I'm carrying his baby. And it's so amazing. It's such an awesome experience. And luckily I've had a really great experience with this pregnancy. So I am really lucky in that case. I'm sure my next pregnancy is not going to be this easy, of course. But so I say all of these things in a non-complaining way, just as these were my pregnancy points that, you know, I didn't know it was gonna be like, but it was. I mean, but overall, you just have to say, yeah, it sucks some days, but this is what I'm making, and this is what I'm doing, and it's such an incredible feeling.